I ask the question, why? Who does that? Now, these are not untalented statesmen. These are not they're not novice lawmakers. My Democrat colleagues are some of the most seasoned rhetoricians, legal minds, legislators that this country has ever known, both in cases where I have agreed with them and where I have disagreed with them, sometimes sticking with where most of the members of my party agree and sometimes departing from them and joining them. I've seen them make arguments, and they're darn good at it when they have them. This one's different. They're not making good arguments, and that tells me one thing: they don't have them. And so they grab for whatever is there, hoping to kick up enough dust to create fear, uncertainty, and doubt to a degree sufficient to take away from what is otherwise an 85-15 issue of Americans who overwhelmingly support this legislation and the policies underlying it. Well, I can't prove it in the sense that I can't peer into the mind of any other individual, let alone 47 of them at the same time. I don't have any other rational explanation for it. These are smart people. When they have good arguments, they raise them. They're not making them here. They're lying. They're distorting. They're overlooking. They're ignoring reasons that are plain, in black and white. They ignore them even after they hear them from my own mouth while they've been in the same room. They ignore them. What does that tell you? They're pounding the table. They're kicking up dust because they've not got anything else. That should tell us something. Mr. President, this is it's an honor to live in this country. It's an honor to be a United States citizen. This is often referred to, and I fundamentally believe that it is the greatest civilization that human history has ever recorded. We're honored and privileged to live in a day and age with so many blessings and so many benefits. And those blessings and benefits wouldn't exist but for the fact that we are a nation of laws. We are far from perfect. We honor our commitments, our Constitution, our Declaration of Independence, and our system of laws imperfectly. But we aspire toward that which is good. We aspire toward law and order. And generally speaking, that runs the spectrum, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or something in between. Well, we can lose that. It's not guaranteed to us. You can't pass it in the bloodstream unless we fight for and defend the principles of the American Revolution with every generation. And those of us with responsibility to safeguard the Constitution, unless we look out for it, we can lose it. The expression is that if everyone's family, no one is. If everyone is a citizen, no one is. If everyone has the benefits of citizenship, even in the absence of actual citizenship, you're going to have problems. In previous eras, maybe this wasn't as much of a problem before we had 30 million plus non-citizens in the United States, 10 to 15 million of whom came in illegally in a 4-year period alone. Especially now, when as many people are here under these circumstances, when we couldn't have made it easier if we tried for people to register to vote and in fact vote as non-citizens, even though federal law prohibits it. We've made it impossible to detect it. When you make it impossible to detect it, you make it even more impossible to prove it, to prosecute it, and to convict upon it. Shame on us if, knowing what's happening, we do nothing. The American people know better. The American people expect more. They understand that bad things happen when we settle. So no, don't settle for lawlessness. Expect the rule of law. Don't settle for just letting anyone vote in federal elections. Expect that U.S. citizenship means something and that we'll fight for your right to exercise that privilege and that prerogative of the vote without allowing others to steal and dilute it. Don't settle for open borders. Expect enforcement. Don't settle for a system that openly encourages, allows, tolerates, and facilitates those bent on foreign election interference in America. Expect lawmakers who will defend the sovereign prerogatives of the United States of America. I personally believe that Almighty God has protected this land, blessing us with these great security barriers in the form of a vast ocean to our east, another vast ocean to our west, friendly countries to our north and south. We've been richly blessed, not just with those things, but with navigable waterways, easily travelable interstate highways, interstate airways, something that our founding fathers couldn't have dreamed of. We've been blessed by all of these things, the interconnectedness that comes from them, the opportunity that is given rather uniquely to Americans, a place that's somewhat unique in that almost anywhere in the world you can live really well if you're wealthy. But America is somewhat unique in that if you're born here, or even if you're born somewhere else, you come in here penniless, naked, afraid, hungry, thirsty. You have the reasonable hope and expectation that if you're reasonably capable, you work hard, and you play by the rules, one day you can retire comfortably, in some cases wealthy. That's something special. And that something depends upon the rule of law. And it depends upon our willingness to look out for those who are citizens of the United States. We don't do this out of malice for those who are not citizens. We do this out of love for those who are. You see, it matters when you're a citizen. It matters that much that we're willing to undertake this fight. I'm willing to continue this fight as long as it takes. I will keep coming back to the Senate floor day after day, week after week, month after month, if it takes that long, and yes, I intend to do that. We will stay on this bill as long as it takes to get it passed. Mr. President, I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. I will stop at nothing until this is done. Thank you, Mr. President.
The Senate stands adjourned until 12 noon tomorrow.